YouTube wanted to do a video talking about Amazon and how the stock tanked after Q3 earnings reports. When if you look into the earnings report itself, you actually see some very positive signs. So just want to talk about that, and also what I plan to do with this news. So let's get into it. So here's the stock right now. As you can see, it's highlighted here right during after hours yesterday, Thursday, October 25th. They released the earnings report and the stock dropped major. And I think if you calculate from where Amazon was at its peak yesterday to where it sold off at its low, I think it was a 15% drop in one day, which is, I think, humongous. And as of this morning, it's still down, as you can see here, 7.79%. So traders are definitely selling Amazon based off the news from the earnings report. And so what was actually in the earnings report that caused this major drop in the stock? Number one was that its EPS destroyed the estimated, right, at 5.75 to 3.14, right? So it was estimated to be at $3.14 and it had 5.75. So that is majorly destroyed. I know, like a few days ago, Tesla's earnings per share also destroyed, and that caused the stock to jump 15-20%. But for Amazon, it destroying the estimated causes the reversal of going down 7, 8, 15%. So two reasons why it dropped is that the revenue actual was 56.6 billion, whereas the estimate was 57.10 billion. So that's one of the reasons. And the other one is Amazon's Web Services revenue also dropped 6.68 billion, which was an estimate of 6.71 billion. So revenue, which is basically sales, estimated was a little higher than actual, so that's causing stock to drop. But I think the biggest factor is this fourth quarter revenue guidance. So fourth quarter revenue guidance basically means what the company projects how they would do in the next quarter. So their projections, they believe their revenues will be around 66.5 billion to 72.5 billion. But those projections are even below what analysts think they should be doing. So the consensus expected guidance should have been 73.79 billion. So again, it's lower than that, and the fourth quarter extremely important because of the holiday season. All right, so I just want to think back about this revenue guidance because again, this is above what they did this quarter. And if you think about the income statement from last year, so the fourth quarter last year, they sold 60.4 billion, and then for this year, they're expected to have a revenue guidance, expected revenue to be around 66 billion on the low end and 72 billion on the high end. So even if they hit the low end, they're still 6 billion above what they did last year, but possibly up to 12.5 billion above what they did last year, but still traders are seeing this as a reason to sell. So I think in this market right now, there's a lot of uncertainty going on, especially with the trade wars, and people are really just finding ways to any type of news to sell. And this is one thing they're latching onto as a reason to sell off, right? So you have the China tariff wars, you have the midterm elections coming up, you have the interest rate hike, and you have the whole market in general just selling, going down this whole past couple weeks. And this is I think another reason for folks, they just want to sell out of this. Because if you dive deeper into Amazon, you can see that total revenue has increased, like I said earlier, from last year, 29%. Sales are also up 35% from last year. The Amazon Web Services is up 46% in sales. The advertising business is up 123%. So lots of positives from the report, yet people are still selling out. And if you look at its cash, like this is the quarter 2 cash, they have a ton of cash lying around it, stockpiling great amounts of cash, 2.5 billion here for quarter 2. We don't have quarter 3 yet, but we will. But just an idea of how well Amazon is doing, right? So when I think about companies that will be around 5 to 10 years. Like for sure, I have no doubt Amazon will be around, and not just being around. I believe they will continue to dominate 5 to 10 years down. So what I did, when I heard this news yesterday during after hours, I had some money in the account, and I bought another share, as you can see here, $1,623 yesterday during after hours when it went down. I liked it at 1,700, and I like it even more at 1,600. And then heard this morning the futures were down this morning when I woke up, so that gave me a sign that the market was probably going to go down based off obviously the Amazon news and Google also going down. So I did a stop limit at 1,630, one share. So it did sell out, and then I rebought it again at 1,617. It's currently holding tight here at 1,656, and if it goes down even more, I think I might dip into savings even more to buy some more Amazon. I don't want to go towards that 30% of my portfolio into one stock, but I might be, just because the value is just so tempting. So that's what I'm doing. I'm very bullish on the stock. I believe in it long term. I also believe in the cannabis industry long term. So right now I have most of my money tied into Amazon and cannabis stocks, and I'm okay with that because I believe in both. So I want to hear what people's thoughts are, what they plan to do. Do they think selling on that news of just projected fourth quarter revenue guidance being lower than what people expect it should be is a reason to sell out? I personally don't think it is, but maybe someone out there does think that way. Let me hear your thoughts. Again, if you enjoy the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully everyone has a great trading day on Friday. I think it's going to go down for most of the day, but hopefully it upticks the last couple hours, and we see some green for the day. All right.